Welcome to the Hardaway, aka the three-man Jalen Week, aka the best big three since LeBron D. Wade, and Bosh, live on YouTube on a Thursday, not a Tuesday or Sunday, on a Thursday. We had some things going on last week, had a baby shower last week, got one next week, so we recording at a random time, but we are here, but we can't leave y'all thirsty and hungry for too long. Got to get an episode out, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get it in, man. If you don't know who I am the walking bucket providing instant offense. It's your boy Savage. Up here, we got the coach. Take them to school on and off the court. And when I say it's really shitty, it's really shitty. Shitty, what's good?
Speaking of coaching, man, I had to take the trash out yesterday, man. We had tryouts. Boy, had to take the trash out, cuss them out, and we down to a very great number. So let's get ready to play.
Yes, sir. No transfer portal in the high school game?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to I was telling my head coach, right, and our middle school coach, I was like, yo, this is my third straight year having another new team. Everyone that I just coached on JV has to move up now. That's just what it has to be. They have the skill to do it, too. And now I got a whole new squad of JV players I got to get ready for varsity. So
it's the name of the game, man. It's the name of the game. We also got your favorite DJ, the sample man himself, Mr. Ted Shakir. Tuke, what up?
What up, fellas? What's up, guys? What up, gang? What up, listeners? How y'all doing today?
Got somebody already in the comments. Shout out Danny Joe Johnson. He said,
"What up, Danny?
Yeah, let's effing go. Yes, sir. We here. We here for sure, man. We also are sponsored by Manscaped. Not talking about nobody balls today because Dwight Howard is crazy. Not talking about Dwight Howard either. But promo code LBR Media, 20% off shipping for some Manscaped products. Again, we're not getting into Dwight Howard. We ain't here for that, ladies and gentlemen.
For everybody that really know the story, Dwight Howard is really a nasty man. Allegedly.
We ain't here for that, man. So focus less on Dwight Howard. Focus on your own balls, ladies and gentlemen. LBR Media is the promo code for Manscaped, 20% off shipping. So make sure y'all get in with that. Oh, let's hop right in to questions/trivia. I will go first, actually. So I'll go first with the question. So I saw on Twitter/X/Twix, whatever you gonna call it. I saw they were talking about Michael Vick, asking him, did he think he was a Hall of Famer? He said he was not a Hall of Famer. Michael Vick, as we all know, as young black men who grew up watching Michael Vick, we know Michael Vick is at minimum a Hall of Famer in the Black Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer in our book, but maybe not in Canton Hall of Fame. So that led me to wonder, who is a legendary NBA player that made a significant impact on the game that's not a Hall of Famer?
See, that's one you got to put in a text message group. Like, you can't just
Thank you, too. Like, he can't
quiz, man.
That's not a pop quiz. This is
pop quiz.
Damn, bro. I'm sweating thinking about it. Okay.
It's like you going to school and having a test and having something to completely study for a teacher that gave you the study guide, and you see the test. There ain't nothing on the study guide. You done studied all night for, like, what is this shit? Oh, damn. Okay, culture impact that won't be in a Hall of Fame. Damn, that's a good one.
You know what I mean? Because, AI is definitely a Hall of Famer, right? So, I mean,
he in there.
Culture impact. And to your point, like,
or is there one at all? Is there an NBA player that had an impact like Mike Vick that's not a Hall of Famer?
So I think that's a superstar. I think that what needs to be stated is how great literally Michael Vick was until things happened. How everyone had a Michael Vick jersey and how everyone cheered for Michael Vick.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he'll be able to get into the Hall of Fame for what it heard, unfortunately. But he knows that. But that's hard for a basketball player. What did you have in mind, Savage?
I don't have anybody. I can't think of nobody.
I'm actually, y'all know me and my guy Kyrie, man. If it's one guy that I think that could be on that way, because you got to think Kyrie Irving wasn't a part of the top 75 players.
Fair point. Dang, that's actually a good point.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So if it's anybody that should have a Hall of Fame easily career, people use the injuries or the fact that he missed games or the fact that he did go against the white media to everything, to not taking a shot, to all that. If it's anybody that won't make the Hall of Fame outside of his basketball talents, which is why Michael Vick didn't make the Hall of Fame, I think it'll be Kyrie Irving. That was a good question. I had to think about that.
I'm looking at Kyrie's accolades right now. 8-time All-Star, of course, NBA champion. We know that. 3-time All-NBA, but he only made second team once, and he made third team twice. So that they tend to lean on like the All-NBA teams, and then also the All-Star games. I was looking up another person earlier because I felt like, in my opinion, he wasn't a Hall of Famer, and that was Mitch Richmond for like the Warriors / the Kings, and a little bit time Lakers as well too. He was a 6-time All-NBA, and I was like, dang, I didn't know he was 6 times. I'm like, he scored a lot of points, but I'm like, what was his impact on the game aside from just scoring on mid-level teams? You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you Mitch Richmond highlights. I just can't. But I can find Kyrie shot over the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Or just him dribbling in general. So that's actually a good one too. Is Kyrie Irving? That might be the one.
That was very good, actually. Very good.
That might be the one. See, you was ready for it, man. What you mean?
I mean, you know, the real ones thrive under pressure. You know, without pressure, you wouldn't have diamonds. You know what I'm saying? So we diamonds on this pod. We're not low-rated podcasts like other people think. Speaking of other people, never mind. Never mind. So I do have a trivia real quick. Of course, Victor Wembanyama played his first game yesterday, and a lot of people think that he could be a rookie as an all-star. So I asked you fellas, who was the last rookie to be an all-star?
Timmy?
It was not Tim Duncan.
Okay,
I think it was more recent, wasn't it?
Who was the most recent rookie to be an all-star?
Not Blake, right?
No, I get because Blake technically missed his first year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I guess him, but no, he's not the answer I'm looking for.
Yao Ming?
It is Yao Ming.
Wow.
Okay.
Yao Ming was a rookie 2003. He was 22 years old. He averaged 13.5 points and 8 rebounds, 2 blocks on 50% shooting, and of course, 0% from 3.
He got the China vote.
Yeah. The whole damn country. It's 2 billion people now.
He did.
And that's what Victor's gonna get. The French vote.
The French vote. Take it from Gobert.
Right.
Who slowed out the other day. But
we won't discuss it. Oh well.
All right, but we will discuss this breaking news that Tuke was hinting at the other day, and I was like, he ain't even told us what the news was, but apparently he wanted to wait until the podcast to let us know. He left us a little bit breadcrumbs in the group or the group chat. I still don't know what it is, but Tuke, what's this breaking news that you apparently have for us?
Yes, sir. So for those that care, let me ask you two gentlemen this. Do you know why the OKC Thunder moved? I guess the Sonics moved from Seattle to OKC. Y'all know why?
New arena? They didn't want to build new arena?
I feel like it was about management. Management not wanting to.
So it was problems with new arenas, right? So my friend told me this, blah, blah, blah. And of course, I had to go check my sources and kind of put 2 and 2 together. And it's looking legit. So back in September 26, 2023, to be exact, ESPN released an article saying that Oklahoma City planned to vote to keep the Thunder through 2050. What they will have to do is they are set to vote, again, a citywide vote, December 12th, in order to fund a new arena for $900 million. And that is going to keep the Thunder in Oklahoma City again until 2050. They've been approved, of course, with a letter of intent for the ownership to contribute $50 million. So that means that the city of Oklahoma have to come up with $850 million of the rest of the dollars. Going down the line, long story short, you got council members who feel like the deal was negotiated from a position of fear and scarcity, which benefits those who are wealthy, while the benefits never trickle down to regular folks. So you got council people who already don't like it. You're asking $850 million from a city, Oklahoma City, to help build a new arena. And last but not least, according to my sources as well, them folks already in Seattle already rebuying the Seattle Supersonics gear. So I'm telling y'all now, breaking news, expect the Seattle Supersonics to come back within the next 2 to 3 years. Unless the city of Oklahoma vote, yes, we're going to keep the Thunder here until 2050, and we're going to give the city $850 million, however you want to look at it.
So you're implying that they're gonna move back to Oklahoma City?
Absolutely.
Not getting a new franchise, like expansion.
Because from what I've been told and from what I've seen, the people of Seattle are already moving like they finna get the Sonics back. And if you look at their arena is way better than I can't think of the arena name. I'm sorry, but the arena is way better than what they used to. They're ready for the Supersonics to come back.
Yeah.
And from what I've known, they're literally going into like the NBA stores and all that stuff, getting back to Sonic gear. Like, hey, we know our boys finna come back to us.
So wait a minute.
Expansion. So like, what about Vegas? What about, are you gonna bring in different teams? Are you gonna expand a different thing? You know what I'm saying? It opens up a lot.
So you're saying your source or whoever is saying that first of all, Oklahoma City ain't gonna pay no damn near
$850 like from the city. God, that's a lot of money.
That's $1 billion. It's $1 billion.
We only getting what $250 here for two state for Liberty Bowl and for FedEx Forum, like $350. I think they getting they trying to get them to the city to pay $850.
And you got to think, did we really expect the Thunder to be in OKC back then? Like this, did we still expect the Thunder to be around? Honestly,
I did. I did based on the fact that because they brought in. They brought in the Hornets during Katrina, and so based on that relationship that they developed with the NBA, the NBA felt obligated to give them that franchise once Seattle had left. But we all know the NBA. If you ask most NBA fans, they would prefer Seattle. That's just how it is. Like Seattle is a historic franchise, just based on like the players that played there: Gary Payton, Ray Allen, Sean Kemp, all these other players, and then just the city is ready. Like the Seahawks, they still got the Storm from the WNBA. They got the new MLS team. They got a lot of fans. The city is ready. I agree with that.
Shida, how you feeling?
I don't know, man. I wish we weren't asking for $1 billion. I don't know any other way to put that. Like $1 billion is a lot of money. You can keep saying it's $850. You can go and slice that pie any way you want to. But I'm black and I'm rounding up to $1 billion. Now. What I don't like is like I feel like, to your point, Savage, like the NBA gave Oklahoma City a chance, and I don't think that Oklahoma City has done anything wrong per se to lose their team. I really don't think that, and that would be very unfortunate. Meanwhile, you got a team in Charlotte that ain't won a playoff game since '92 with Grandma Ma. So I don't want to see Oklahoma City leave. I'll be honest. I love what they're doing.
I don't either. I feel like they got a good fan base. Just like it's a strong fan base.
Yeah, like they're packing out their arena. Like no. If you're gonna do it, like, all right, just bring Seattle in, move a team over to the East. We've talked about this already. Or make a new team in the East, but y'all know they're gonna want Vegas. Bron already came out that he wants Vegas. If Bron say something, ladies and gentlemen, you go ahead and stamp that for sure because it's going to happen. But I don't like the idea of the Thunder Oklahoma City, losing their team to Seattle based upon $1 billion. No.
But the thing about that though is Seattle say the same thing. Like we lost them to OKC, so we need to get our get back.
Can you talk about $1 billion? That's how much they lost their team for $500 million. So it's like what goes around comes around in a way.
That's crazy. I never considered them moving back. But then again, you think about like the lease with their stadium and like how even with the Grizzlies, they had like 2029, whatever that time period was for the Grizzlies for them to renew their lease. And I mean, not saying that they will move because I don't think they're gonna move, but like teams can move. We've seen the Hornets move to New Orleans and were without a team for I think 2 years before they came back as the Bobcats. But that was part of an agreement with the NBA where they were like, "We're gonna give you a team back." Exactly.
Well, that was a time to Bobcats. Shout out to Jerry
Bobcats, the worst color jerseys ever. The worst.
I mean,
this shit was so trash.
Disgusting. Made you not want to be a fan of BET no more, man.
but yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I never considered that. I never considered them moving back to Seattle. OKC would be pissed, I think, and I'd be pissed for them because I feel like they Like they honestly they did it the right way, but they built like KD, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and now you got SGA, Giddey, Chet Holmgren. You have a team that's primed to do some things if it works out. And if they move within 2 years, 2-3 years, that'll be hilarious. And also, it kind of be poetic justice, to be honest.
Man, look, do y'all know the draft picks that OKC got?
Man, so too many. Too damn many. What they got next? Like 2-3 first-round picks. Like at some point, y'all got to.
They got one. They got top 4 protected from the Rockets, top 10 protected from the Jazz, and the least favorable from the Pacers. Of the Thunder's first-round picks go to the Pacers. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4 first-rounders in 2024, and 4 first-rounders in 2025. I'm looking at
Shea Vontae Gilgeous-Alexander yesterday.
2 in 2026.
Man, it's
time
to
got
lose
one from the Rockets.
He put up 31, 9, 5, 2 blocks and still. Hey man, it's time to move something for them. It's time to get something around him.
Yes, like please, immediately.
Shoot, because man,
maybe call Toronto with that. Or get Pascal or something.
Man, something because like Shea's ready to win right now, man. Like that dude. Like, I mean, I never did Shea. I just say we got to see it in the playoffs. But if you put something else around him, a second option, we can actually get into the NBA. So again, we just kind of just want to discuss like what we watched and what we saw from players, from teams, from everything in general. I know Candy in here. Candy, look, me and Tuke, we not talking about the Grizzlies right now. I am not talking about it because it is what it is at this point.
I just want to know, like,
go ahead,
because the Grizz lose every year on the first game, essentially, right?
That's facts.
Is it more disappointing to see that happening, or is it more disappointing to see AD go 0 for 6 in the second half of a fucking NBA game when you talk shit all summer?
All summer. Honestly, like as a Grizzlies fan, there are 2 games that we know we're probably gonna lose. It's game number 1 and MLK. Every year. It's gonna be we won MLK Day. We was like, oh shit, it's a new year, new era. You know what I'm saying? But we normally lose on the first game of the year or MLK Day. I think who put the stat up? It was I think Sean Coleman on
Twitter.
On Twitter.
Yeah.
7 to 21, 22. That's the record. 7 to 22, first game of the year since we've been in Memphis.
Yeah,
that's bad. That's
imagine like growing up a fan. It's like I want to go to the opening game, but I don't want to see us lose. Yeah, I had to grow up with that.
Go to game 2, not game 1. Go to game 2 if you want to see them win.
It's cool, Grizz Nation. Y'all good. Y'all said y'all still gonna make the playoffs. Oh, we still gonna make the playoffs, So we good. It's just game.
I can talk about what I want to talk about earlier before we get
on. I mean, what we was gonna talk about. I wasn't gonna let
no. I have something that's in favor of y'all, but I'm kind of mad that it's happening now for both of y'all. Is that one, we got all these injuries now, and it's like now there's
nobody expected.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm like, whatever, it's injuries, it happens. But like Tuke and Sheedy, y'all both said before injuries that the Grizzlies were not going to make the playoffs. Y'all both said this, and I know y'all are dead serious. This ain't no troll. This ain't no clicks. Like I know how y'all are, and so now that you have the injuries. And now clearly they can't rebound because they got everybody like 37 to 50, something crazy yesterday. They can't shoot. I don't know what's going on with Luke Kennard. No, bang, he did his thing, but they can't shoot threes. They barely can defend the interior right now, aside from when Jaren's in the game. So now I'm like, if they lose these games up until when Ja gets back, you can't even do a fair victory lap without somebody getting on you. It's like, well, we had injuries, or well, this happened, that happened. When I'm like, nah, they were saying this before this all happened. So I am standing in front of the gun for y'all to say, nah, y'all said this way before. So if it happens, it happens. This is what it is. So I just wanted to get that out there and say, I got y'all back in that regard. I'm not gonna let nobody say, nah, y'all can't say, nah, they've been saying this since June. Like, nah, we ain't doing it.
I think the key word in all of this is leadership. Because what you just did, Savage, was just lead. You're a leader, bro. And I'm proud to be on a podcast with you. I appreciate you being like, hold on.
You need one of them L's from the Buffalo. Put the L on them.
Put an L on them, dog.
Leader in
I
need the L on one side and a D on the other side. I'm a dog and a leader, bro.
No, man. And then like the reason, bro, like I made that statement, we ain't got to stay too much on the Grizz because it is just one game. And like I said, it is expected for us to win one game. I'm honestly not expecting the front office to bring us what we're supposed to bring. They showed us who they were last season when it was the big time is go time, is playoff time. You didn't do anything. You stood pat. Granted, you got Luke Kennard, but now who's giving Luke Kennard? Because y'all told me Marcus Smart's going to come in and do his thing on the point guards. You know what I'm saying? Y'all told me Desmond Bane was going to start playmaking. I think he only had like 2-3 assists last game. We needed every 30 points. Yeah, 5. Okay, cool. Yeah. We need him to shoot that motherfucker. Yeah, he was pulling that.
Yeah, 31. What more can he do?
You know what I'm saying? And then like the big old question mark was y'all boy Jaren. Like,
I have no comment about that.
Y'all, if he show us who he is, we gotta believe him. Like, we can't expect certain players to take magical steps just because we want them to. They gotta put in the work. And that go from front office to on the court. Show me. I ain't been shown. Therefore, I made the statement that I said in the summer. And damn it, I'm willing to double down on it. But again, it's only game one.
It's only game one, yeah. Go ahead, Shady.
Yeah, so I'll be brief. Candy gonna cover your ears, eyes, nose, and mouth. That's fine.
Damn, you.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard hands, bro.
You trying to kill him on the internet? God damn. Chill, bro.
Nah, it's on me. But
oh man.
Again, the Grizzlies front office showed. I'm a piggyback what Tuke said about Luke Kennard, right? We got Luke Kennard. And then when it was time in the playoffs to play Luke Kennard, he didn't play. When you should have been hurt. So yeah. And didn't even really set up plays for him. I don't know, just didn't jump. But anyways, Steven Adams has always been a critical piece for point guards to make the playoffs. Russell Westbrook, Ja Morant. Whatever the front office should have done in March or April should have been done. I don't know if they thought they were going to make this magical run in the playoffs with Steven Adams being the way he was, quote unquote, and that's why they didn't take care of business back then. But now he has to sit out an entire season. And so now, and I'll jump on the Triple J train. I'm not going to necessarily blame Triple J because that's not his role.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to go, I'm going to get more rebounds. That's not what you do, man. You are the Block Panther. They believe in you to block shots. Now, Xavier Tillman need to get down there and help out with the rebounds, or whoever else they got to get rebounds, or everybody get down and get rebounds. But that's not your role. The Grizzlies are going to be hurting even when Ja comes back, because then you have to infuse another player into the lineup, and how is that going to work? I'm not going to say anything more, but what I will say is there's a lot of, this is my problem I have with all fans. It has nothing to do with the Grizzlies fans. It has everything to do with all fans. Preseason, all we heard was whatever. Yeah. Whether it was Wemby, whether it was the Grizzlies, whether it was whatever. Everyone put so much stock into the preseason. But when the lights come on, it's different. And please do not get it mistaken. If y'all can hype up one game in preseason, then be ready to critique a game that they lost in the regular season.
Yes, sir.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
And so I hate when anyone goes mute about things because your team lost. My Cowboys stunk it up. I'm on their ass. The Heat lose.
My team ain't won a team all season.
Yeah.
You gotta talk about that.
Hey, yo, the Hornets won a game before the Panthers, bro. What kind of bullshit is that, bro?
They did.
Like, come on, dog.
But like, you know what I'm saying? We have to do better as a community to be able to critique when your team just doesn't play well. It just is what it is. Call it out.
Especially when it reflects what happened in the past and what's
Yes.
happened in recent memory. I agree with that. So, like, for example, we can go to AD.
Mhm.
AD is a walking roller coaster. And y'all know me. AD is my guy. One of my favorite players in the league because he's a two-way player. When AD is on, nobody can stop him on both ends of the court. He blocking shots, he's getting rebounds, he's shooting, he's scoring. But for some reason, as an AD fan, I cannot explain it. I do not know. I still believe in him a whole bunch. But for him to go scoreless in the second half of a game against the Denver Nuggets, scoreless, when LeBron just said, I need you to be the guy. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to James. I listened to his podcast today, James Report, but y'all support LBR Familia. James was pointing out that LeBron was talking about not the coaching per se, but he was like, I can run a point, right? Like he was telling the Phil Handy that, the assistant coach for the Lakers. And for LeBron to do that, that's to me, that's not a coaching issue. That's an AD issue. AD, you ain't taking the reins, man. Like you're not being that guy that needs to dominate the game. LeBron, damn near 40. He'll be 40 years old next year, ladies and gentlemen. He has a player option at the end of this season. So next year's a player option. If AD ain't on his game, LeBron can be gone. Literally, he can go anywhere he wants to. Whoever want to draft Bronny in the draft next year, LeBron will be there shortly. So AD, I fully expect him to probably score 35 points a night against the Booker-less and Beal-less Suns and have a turnaround game. But in order for LeBron to trust him, you got to be consistent, man. You got to be consistent, and that's not in AD's DNA. It's not.
Let me ask you this, Savage. You think the Lakers should clean house?
Who would they keep?
Man,
all the players that just signed?
That's a great question too, because like I feel like it has to be one or the other. Either it has to be LeBron or it has to be AD, because you can get something for AD and you can get something for LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they would trade LeBron. I don't think LeBron is going to be traded. Like, that ain't happening. But like, if they clean house, it will be because they traded AD, who they just signed to what, a 3-year, $63 million a year deal. And yeah, like I doubt they clean house. But then again, like D'Lo ain't looking like that guy still. They made the game interesting, but they're not gonna be consistent enough to beat Phoenix. Mm-hmm. Like Phoenix is gonna be better than them. Phoenix didn't have a point guard yesterday, but the ball moved so much when they played. 23 assists. Like Devin Booker. I mean, we talk about King Durant. That's King Booker. Shout out to Booker T. Like that. Booker.
It's like a double on, triple on. Good job. Oh, man.
I mean, Booker out there hooping, man. So I like the Lakers have zero answer for that. Like they just like no. So if you the Lakers or you LeBron, can you feasibly beat the Suns as constructed? No. They can't. I'm surprised y'all picked them to win the championship this year, but
y'all are fraternity brothers, man.
Not you.
Y'all are fraternity brothers, man, and y'all have y'all own line brothers, right? Mm-hmm. And it's sometimes when like your line brother is upset, like to the max, like when he's joking and when he's not, like when he's pissed.
Yeah,
my line brother Corey yesterday called me pissed, and that I asked that question because Lakers are their front office. They want to win. Ain't no BS. Ain't no BS.
Win
Jimmy
now.
Butler needs to win. We need to win now.
That's Lakers' mantra.
Yep.
That's
Lakers win now.
That's what made y'all the greatest organization of basketball. I'm with you, but at the same time, you got Lakers fans as yourself who like I can't support LeBron because LeBron is on the team. I mean, okay, let me rephrase so that I'm correct. Once LeBron leaves the team, I will continue my Lakers fandom. You got people like yourself, and you got people that see AD's performances, that seen AD's performances really since the bubble. They're thankful for the championship, but at the same time, they weren't able to celebrate it because it was in a damn bubble when they ain't have fans in. So you took that experience, and I think Laker fans are down for the experience to celebrate the championship with their team, but they're pissed off at the fact that AD is asking to be the go-to guy. He going 0 for 6 in the second half against the NBA champions. Like his point was, if that's the case, I want to dominate. I need to make kids cry. I need to piss off these Nuggets fans. And even if he was to perform well, the storyline wouldn't be Nuggets win, it'd be AD did so good. He did his thing, but the Lakers still lost. He could have changed that narrative.
Yeah.
But you're going 0 for 6, you helping it.
Ain't nothing getting changed when the best player in the league dropping a triple-double game 1. Ain't nothing getting changed.
Easy.
Hey.
And they getting out coached all across the board. Man, the Nuggets look good. They look good. And I actually don't want to talk about the Lakers anymore. I really don't. So I'm gonna take the time to talk about the Nuggets, right? And so we had Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon had a great game. Michael Porter Jr. had all their players played really well. And even off the bench, Reggie Jackson was providing support. And this is a well-coached team. And even though they didn't score they did score about 119 or 120. Yeah. But overall, man, the Nuggets deserve to win. Joker, for everything that everyone has said or everyone has felt or has said about how Joker has taken his offseason. What offseason?
That man turn that shit on immediately. I'm bored. I'm gonna play. Right. I'm turn this shit on as soon as the game starts.
He went from he was with the horses, and then he came back on the court for the triple-double.
Yep.
And I mean, that's fantastic. And I don't know if AD is it that he sees the player that is better than him and shrinks in that spotlight.
That's probably what it is. Literally.
Because Joker is better than you, AD. And if you want to be better, you need this. But also, Bron really needs – I said I won't talk about him, but he needs to play more off ball and let a guard actually run the team. Unfortunately, when they win championships, Bron was the point guard, but he's also damn near 40. So it is what it is. But kudos to the Nuggets. Kudos to Mike Malone. Kudos to them backing up what they said over the summer and making the Lakers eat exactly what they said game 1, night 1, with everybody watching, because you wasn't watching any other game that night.
Nah. It's only, 2 games that night.
Mm-hmm.
So let's run through the games that we did watch or were able to catch up with. The first one that I looked at or rewatched, Atlanta Hawks, man.
Yeah, I watched that one too.
So last episode,
can't believe I watched that one too.
We had the Charlotte Hornets at the very bottom of the Eastern Conference, and I was like, okay, let me see what because I wanted to watch Brandon Miller, who played well, off the ball, catching, shooting.
He did well.
The shot is pure.
Yes.
Cutting back door. Miller throws a lob to him. I want them to pick Scoot Henderson because I feel like he's a better player. But I felt like Brandon Miller would be okay with a point guard because he knows how to play off the ball. So that fits Charlotte. I was cool with it. And he played well. So that's that. But the Atlanta Hawks, man, how the hell do you have 2 all-stars, Trae Young, DJ Murray, quote unquote, and you lose to the Hornets? I don't care game 1. No, you are a team with playoff hopes. How do you lose to the Hornets? So I went back and said, let me see what they played last year. I did not know. I don't know if y'all knew. I did not know that the Hornets were 3-1 against Atlanta last year. 3-1.
Damn,
I beg your pardon.
Without LaMelo, without Brandon Miller, of course, he's a rookie this year. 3-1.
What?
I maybe they just got their number for. I did not know that. I didn't know that.
It's like you playing below the talent level,
right? And they're division foes. So whatever, anybody could beat anybody, but at least tie. You know what I'm saying? Like shitty, we in the NFC East, man. We'll lose to the Giants here and there, the Washington Commanders. It happens. You lose a game. But to be dominated 3-1 last year by a team that did not have LaMelo Ball, and then to lose this game, Brandon Miller came in and was ready to go this game. I'm kind of shaky on Atlanta right now, just from seeing one game. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I've been shaking anyway on Trae Young. But seeing that, come on, man. Atlanta Hawks, what we doing? What we doing, man?
Fire sale.
Need to be. It can't be in Milwaukee now because Damian Lillard there.
Yeah, they can't. But, I mean, they got to do something, man. I don't know if it's – I mean, they got a new coach.
Look, Lakers trade AD for Trae. I'm throwing bullshit out, but hey, who knows?
Got to be.
Who knows?
But also, I think this team, like the Hawks per se, what's the guy's name? Bog, who comes off the bench.
Bogdanovich.
Yeah, he's a really good electrifying player for them, and when he's on, they play better.
I don't think he played well yesterday.
He didn't play exactly. He didn't against the Hornets.
Yeah.
And so that hurt, and I'm over the Hawks. And shout out to Shard. I'm sorry, brother, but them Hawks don't look good at all. They look fried, dead and deep fried, dog.
Fried hard.
Double.
I ain't gonna lie. A team that I enjoyed thoroughly watching last night was that Detroit Pistons and Miami Heat game. That was my game of the night. Of course, y'all know how I feel about the Pistons. So I was gonna tune in regardless. And you talk about double down. Oh, I'm doubling down on my playoff Pistons. They were down 19 against the defending Eastern Conference champions.
And then K came back in. And they turned up. I was like, "You're right." Hey.
The Pistons got defense. They didn't even play James Wiseman last night, and then they got a go-to scorer that's like, "All right, give me the ball, get the hell out of the way." And I told y'all, K was going to come hard. Pause. Hey, I'm doubling down. Playoff Pistons. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Shout out to Sir Thompson. Ricky had 5 blocks. Come on now.
Both of them dudes play hard, man. Our man and they play hard, man.
I like them. Perfect pick for the Pistons.
Yeah, and again, I'm gonna keep going back to this. They're coached well.
Yeah, you can tell the coach well. Like that's night and day from last year.
Coaching stable up there that Monty got for them. I mean, you saw the last second shot. You know, okay.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, it is what it is. I'll be honest with that game. I was more impressed with the Pistons, to your point, and more disappointed, I guess, with the Heat. Right. I felt like, again, Caleb Martin wasn't the Caleb Martin that we saw against the Celtics or whatever other series he played against. We just kind of looked a little different. I think Jamie Jacquez Jr. needs to play a little bit more, get in the rotation more often. I do like what Duncan Robinson is doing without doing those handoffs all the time. However, this is not about the Heat per se, even though I did enjoy that win. Of course, that's how it's always a close win. But the Pistons came to play and actually staying in Florida. Shout out to the Magic as well for putting down their beat down. Against the Rockets.
Who they play?
Yeah, it was the Rockets.
Yeah, Rockets.
Yeah. I knew it was a red team.
Rockets kept on trying to come back and
No, I mean the problem was James Harden had left Houston and, try to go to Philly. He should have just stayed in Houston. They should have gave him a fat suit and a jersey, and maybe they would have came back. But I think Houston will try to get it together, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Magic, and shout out to having a very good, impressive win game 1 and moving forward with their schedule. Shout out to them.
Shit, you mentioned like the preseason and like summer league, whatever. All of the Rockets players played terrible yesterday. Like Jabari Smith Jr., Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks had a decent shooting game, but nobody played well. It looked like the last year Rockets, like to get dominated by Orlando. Orlando is a team that should be considered your peer in terms of like age. Like they got young players. You got Paolo, you got Franz, Wendell Carter. Jalen Suggs is starting again, and I'm happy that they haven't given up on him yet, because to me that's coaching, because you move Cole Anthony to the bench, let him come off the bench. He came in, went ham, like 20-something points. Jonathan Isaac is back and looking good. Like, I mean, aside from his crazy stuff politically, like whatever, on the court, dude blocking shots and playing defense. He was on the trajectory of being a DPOY caliber player, and you could see flashes of that in that game. He had 2 crazy like athletic blocks that was just like, if this is what they getting off the bench to pair with Franz, to pair with Paolo and Wendell Carter and Markelle Fultz, Orlando gonna be scary, man. Orlando gonna be scary for real. So, but the Rockets, I'm disappointed. It looked like last year. It looked just like last year, to be honest. So,
can I ask y'all a real question?
Yeah.
And I'm being 100% serious, actually. So, this was the Suns versus the Warriors. That was KD's first game since 2019 actually playing against the Warriors. And the crowd applauded him. If he would have played in 2020, would they have booed him?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So it probably was best for it to be this 3-4 year stretch of not playing against the Warriors and see what we saw last night, right?
Yeah, and then they've won a championship without him too. So it's kind of like they feel validated. Like, yeah, you're going. We've won without you. It's been 3 years. I forgot you played for us. Oh yeah, he did play for us. Oh, cool. So yeah,
that's disrespectful though. That's disrespectful.
I mean, Warriors fans have changed in terms of like the ones that are in the arena. Like this ain't Chase anymore. Not Chase. This ain't
the Oracle.
Oracle, yeah, it ain't Oracle anymore. This Chase. Oracle. So that's different.
No point actually.
Different tax bracket that's going on in San Francisco.
Because of course I was watching, I was like, they cheering for him, and like of course I'm a Kevin Durant fan. Of course I'm appreciating the moment, but I started thinking like, damn, if this was 3 years ago, would they have cheered for him? Would they be cheering for him on their feet, even though he was a Finals MVP twice. That we couldn't beat LeBron without? Like, it was interesting.
Yeah.
What you think, Sheedy?
It's funny because like y'all see that cartoon yet on Bleacher Report with the players like KD, Steph, LeBron, and some other players. Y'all should look it up. And people that are listening, look that up real quick when you get a second. And it talks about like Steph is like, yeah, KD, you left, I stayed and got another ring pretty much about it. I think that you should be appreciative of who gets you what you got, even if they left. You know what I'm saying? Like Toronto can't be mad at Kawhi.
Oh yeah.
Kawhi brought you the ring. He was there for 1 year and left, so he should be applauded every time. I don't believe, personally speaking, I don't believe that they win those 2 rings without Kevin Durant. Because if Kevin Durant is on a different team, who knows what team that would be? Maybe they'll close City Thunder, maybe some other team. Does that team make it that far? Are they whatever? They were. And so I'm not against it. I just think we as people just need to be acceptable of, okay, man, they made a decision. He's good, man. Thank you for what you did. Thank you for the years you were here. 2 years, 2 rings. That's fantastic. Who else wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
Being frank.
Tuke, how'd you feel about Chris Paul's debut in terms of like how it looked with the team?
I appreciated the ball. It looked different as far as like ball movement go because he was getting the ball out. I don't appreciate the 0 for 6 from 3. Like, no, speaking of 0 for 6 from 3, y'all got Jordan Poole.
You know what's funny? So, okay. So
it's like I can only do so much with my hand. I don't know what to do. It's like I'm in a matrix.
So when I watched that game too, that's when information changed. Like that,
because I know you watch the Pacers. You got to watch your boy Tyrese. I know it.
Information has changed, man.
Already,
the Washington Wizards are ass. Like I want nothing to do with that team no more.
A Sharman, Cottonelle, I need all of that.
Are ass. ASS ass. Like
capitalize all those.
Oh my God. First of all, there's too many light-skinned niggas on that team. It's way too many.
And they all starting.
And they all start. You got what? Tyus. You got Jordan Poole. You got Kyle Kuzma. You got Advia. He's not light-skinned, but he white, so he light-skinned. That's 4. And there's other random dark-skinned dude. I think it was it Gafford? I think it's Daniel Gafford. Too many light-skinned niggas on that team, man. Like even the offense looked light-skinned. I'm like, what is going on? What are we doing? Jordan Poole jacking up shots, breaking them shots.
Duh. Duh.
He
thought it was different.
And so my basketball mind would not allow me to even try to troll myself into belief. No, no, that's absolute not. I'm planting my Cooper flag for the Washington Wizards. Just tank and get Cooper flag down the road because that ain't it. That was not it. That I'm out. I'm out on that. I don't even though they do well. I'm out. I'm sorry. So to you, gentlemen, I apologize. I will not F around and find out again because that game was trash. Like I was like, no, I'm sorry, Tyus, free Tyus Jones, man.
That boy Kyle Kuzma,
in my opinion,
25, 9 for 18 and 0.
Literally, this is in my notes. The Wizards look ass. That's my notes. The Wizards, like, can y'all see that? The
like
Wizards look ass. Like that's in my notes.
Like a plumber fixing the sink, bro.
Plumber's butt all night. That's
Yes.
what it was. Plumber's butt. I will say this. I was kind of surprised that not surprised, but Indiana is starting Mathurin over Buddy Hield, who was starting last year. I did have Mathurin as a sixth man of the year candidate. Mathurin did play well. I mean, he started. I mean, he can't hoop. So I think they're gonna trade Buddy at some point. But
yeah, that's all I was about to say. I think it's for the trade purposes and also like the continuity that because you're gonna keep Halliburton and Mathurin around.
Yeah, it's packaged.
So you might as well see what you get. Mm-hmm. Another thing, real quick. I'm sorry. I was woken out of my sleep about Andre Drummond crossing over Chet Holmgren with a layup. I then was like, you know how I am. Okay, that's an okay highlight. What happened to the game?
Look at the score.
Y'all lost. They lost. They lost so bad. They had a players only meeting after the first loss. After the first game, the Bulls had to have a player. What were y'all doing all season?
What?
Y'all didn't have meetings then? What y'all thought was going to happen?
Yo, they waited all summer long to confront each other. Y'all could have did that shit in Cancun.
Yes.
Over the summer.
Yes, like, come on, let's go have a players meeting,
Bruh.
And then you look at the stats, low key. Oklahoma City dominated the game from start to finish.
Yes.
The Bulls had nothing realistically for them besides this little highlight of Andre Drummond. And y'all know how I feel about highlights that mean nothing. Chet Holmgren, if you look at the stats of Chet Holmgren versus Andre Drummond, talk about just the plus minus itself, Chet Holmgren wins. Yeah. If you look at just the regular stats, Chet Holmgren wins. Did he get crossed? Sure. He got filleted. Guess what? Got his ass up and still scored more than Andre Drummond. By the way, I guess we'll talk. I'm going to say something real quick to Grizzlies. We've mentioned a few teams that you should have been on the phone with to get a big, by the way, but that's neither here nor there.
Andre Drummond, I pass on this shit. No,
I wouldn't mean him. He came to my mind like the who?
Oh, you talking about Vooch? Vooch, man?
I mean, he don't rebound.
I mean, Vooch can score. He can score.
He's better rebounder than.
He get play off the court. He get play off the court, man. I don't know about that. He get played off the court.
They need to go call Detroit before Detroit get too hot.
Damn, DeRozan was minus 29. God.
He should have been sent down for that players meeting. He should have been the first one in there.
Players meeting after one game, bro. Like that's the quickest players only meeting ever. Like no, you get one January, close to the All-Star break. Game one.
And they lost at home like that. Shay and them came into your building, disgusted y'all. Y'all got y'all's one highlight.
Hey man, Shay might F around when they MVP. If he doing this, 31 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, a steal. Hey man, hey, look, Grizz fan, I know y'all hate this man, but hey,
you can't hate talent.
I mean, all I gotta do is see it in the playoffs, man. Just gotta see it in the playoffs, and we good. We good. I am a fan of SGA. I just need to see it in
I'm a big fan.
In 7 games. I need to see it. So, let me see. Oh, Boston Celtics. Kristaps Porzingis, ladies and gentlemen. If the man is healthy, oh my gosh. Oh,
different dynamic.
My gosh.
Scary hours.
This man pulling from 30. What he had like 5 threes? I feel like he was pulling that bitch.
He was 3 on because I bet him to get 4.
He was smacking that junk.
Oh, he got 5. Yeah, he got 5.
Yeah, 5 3. Yeah, he had 5 3. Was smacking those shots. Yeah. Blocking shots. Looking athletic. Like we talk about Victor. Like let's not forget. KP was the original unicorn when he came into the league.
He's out of my name.
He was the original. So if you're getting 30 points from KP, you got 34, I think, from Tatum. Mr. $300 million man, hey man, hey, carry your weight now. Carry your weight.
He was at the Big 3 All-Star game. They had to go pick him up still.
carry your weight, Jaylen Brown. You the highest paid player in the league now. All right, look. So I mean, I was impressed with Boston, and shit. We talked about it before that we had on the show, where their bench was not very good, but they are very top heavy. Your starting five is Derek White, Drew Holiday, Tatum, Brown, and KP. I mean, in a playoff series, if everybody's healthy, that's a formidable matchup, even for like Milwaukee, I would say. Even for Milwaukee. So I was impressed with KP. I want him to stay healthy because he really hasn't been healthy for a playoff series since New York, I feel like. And I know they beat New York in that game. And New York also still look good to me. Like I feel like they're still a top 3 seed. I can see them be a top 3 seed way they play. They played Boston pretty tough. So I wasn't like not impressed with New York, but I just think KP looked damn good for me.
I don't expect this to be the final starting lineup for the Celtics because the fact that Al Horford was the only player that played more than 20 minutes off the bench, his old ass, is an issue. You know what I'm saying? So outside of that, like everything you just said, that starting lineup, I love it. I love it. I do love it, but you're gonna need some kind of energy coming off the bench, and I think that's where Derek White honestly thrived, especially in the playoffs. What up, Trevor?
What up, Trev?
I got beef for Trevor, but I had a game up for a month now. He still ain't played in the rec with him. Going on.
I'll be on this weekend.
The only thing I'll add, the Knicks, you said they looked impressive. It was an RJ Barrett show. You know, you're gonna get one decent RJ Barrett, and then you get 4 JR Barretts after that. And so I don't know about that part. And when it comes to before the trade deadline is here and done, the Celtics will need something else off the bench. Yes, they are top heavy. We agreed about that. Derek White made his presence known because he was coming off the bench and doing what he was doing in the playoffs and really set himself up to be not a role player, but a starter point guard for that team. Along with Drew Holiday, I feel like Drew Holiday can bring in more of an off guard and guard your best guard. But to your point, Al Horford can be the only player coming off the bench. You got somebody praying and Pritchard. And I don't know, Doogie Howser coming off the bench. They're not going to cut it, to be honest. What I'm saying is, at some point, teams are going to figure out how to deal with the 5 and get that 5 unwound to where you have to bring the bench in.
Or like stagger their starters against your bench and they tear your ass up.
Exactly. And Al Horford's knees ain't got but 2 more years in them. So if they make another move, just a slight little move, I could definitely see that for them. But I'm nervous about their bench and their help that they need, especially when Mr. Left Hand is only giving you left.
That's crazy, man. You can't go out there and score 11 points and you just got 300 M's, man. I'm sorry. I need at least 20. I need at least 20, dog. I know they won, but still, I need 20 from you, dog. Like, nah, man. Unacceptable.
Yeah, I know it's only game 1, but it's a player out here who lead the league in 3-pointers made and is averaging 11 rebounds so far. 12 rebounds, I'm sorry. Oh, he used to be on the Heat.
Oh, yeah. Max Strus.
No, he used to be on the Heat.
Maximus.
One of the guys that left the Heat, you know. But nah, that Cavs and Nets, Cavs won by 1 close-ass game. Hey, your boy Ben Simmons, or our boy Ben Simmons, half boy Ben Simmons. 10 rebounds, 9 assists.
That's all I need. That's all I need, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
All I need.
Hey. And a Cam Thomas 36.
Yeah, the Cam Thomas easy 36. Just 2 threes. That's part of the shocking.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hey, shout out to the Cavs.
Mikal had 26
I
and
think
4.
I think he might just had 20. I don't know.
Mikal had just 20.
Yeah, 20. So I mean, they gonna figure it out, man. I'm just happy Ben playing basketball, man. And he looks like, I won't say he look like his old self because he's not that aggressive in terms of like going downhill, getting to the goal, but just be a defender and just be a playmaker. That's all I need from you. That's all I need from you. So I'm cool with that. We probably won't see an all-star Ben anymore. That's fine, but I believe in him in terms of like what he can do with his basketball IQ. Okay. I'm happy about that.
That's fair.
Yeah, I can stand on that.
About that. Did any of y'all watch Wemby?
I did not.
He looked okay. He looked all right. I think they trying to figure out what they want to do. They got Jeremy Sohan running point, which I am not in favor of. Maybe I don't know. It's a weird combination because you got Sohan, you got Keldon Johnson, Wemby, Devin Vassell, bunch of young players. It wasn't like super duper impressive, but it was like okay, like they figured it out, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing is that, like, to the point of underwhelming, right? Preseason, all this hype about Wemby.
Yeah.
He's this, he's that, he's unguardable here, he's doing all these things. And again, when Wemby went against Chet, take away their names, look at their stat line, Chet won that one, actually.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
But Wemby was the one who got all the attention about it, right? And I think another thing too, like, did we really expect, I'm not saying y'all, but people can't really expect that during the preseason, coaches are going to give you their best of everything during that time. You can't expect that. So, nah.
Speaking of on the opposite side, Luka looked good, Kyrie looked good, Derek Lively, ladies and gentlemen. We talk about big man. Derek Lively looks good, man. Very impressed, man. What he has? He had 16 and 10. 16 and 10. I would have taken that from Jaren Jackson Jr. yesterday, but 16 and 10 from a rookie, knowing his role. He's like the JaVale McGee type role for Dallas.
Maybe starting soon.
Tyson Chandler type of role. Looks good, man.
He'll definitely be starting soon. That's one of my favorite rookies. Keep an eye on him. Knows his role, plays hard. I'm expecting a good season from him for sure.
Yep, they had 6 players in double figures. Grant Williams fit right in, 17 points, 6 rebounds. Who else? Tim Hardaway off the bench. What's the guy's name? Josh Green off the bench. I mean, people were hating on Dallas, man. Like, I still said Dallas is gonna be. You got to deal with Luka, man. Like, we can say Luka is white James Harden, but ladies and gentlemen, did you see James Harden in Houston? Second seed damn near every year, going to deep in the playoffs every year. I mean, he didn't win nothing, but they still went to the playoffs and did well. So, I mean, you can call him white James Harden, but that's not a bad thing.
But Tuke is going to go against what you're saying and say this is about Kyrie.
Of course.
I like Kyrie too. Kyrie got the throw back, man. When Kyrie gets the throw, that's how you know it's going to be a problem. He got the throw with the little salt and pepper at the top, man. He getting there.
Shout out to Gilbert Arenas for them like having that conversation of which player is better between Kyrie and Dame. I mean, not Kyrie and Dame, Kyrie and Luka.
Luka, yeah.
Because people like me feel like Kyrie is still the best player, but Luka's still Luka. Like, it's crazy that they still on the same team together, to be honest with you.
And he's still dropping a triple-double.
Triple-double, 13 rebounds.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Trevor hopped in. He said, not sure talked about K, smooth 30 with no free throws.
Oh, yeah. Of course we talked about K.
K, yeah, man. Like, I like K even back at Oklahoma State. And his game is not flashy. It's very old school. Like, this is not a slight to K, but his game is literally a Super Saiyan version of Andre Miller. Like, can get to his spots, gonna make the mid-range. Yeah, yes, Andre Miller, yes. Andre Miller.
You didn't want that one, did you?
Andre Miller led the league in assists a few times. I don't see that ever happening for K.
It's more so about how his game is in terms of, like, it's not flashy. It's going to be mid-range shots. He can get 30, 40, 50 points. I mean, Miller had a 55-point game at one point because he had to do that for whoever team was on. I don't know if it was Denver or whoever it was. But his game is like that in terms of, like, it's old school, is at his own pace. He's not going to dunk on you. He's not going to do some crazy flashy assists, but he going to kill you. It's like kind of like Sean Livingston, gonna kill you from that mid range, gonna dominate you. It's how it is. So now it's slight against him, but it's not like nobody gonna watch. Like, oh man, I can't wait to watch Cade Cunningham dunk on somebody. That ain't happening. It ain't John Morant. It ain't Fox. It ain't Dame.
Hey, Cade, I need a body from you so you can shut Savage up.
If Cade Cunningham get a body, I will put that and put it on Through the Hardaway Twitter. Trevor says not flashy. He gets to the spot, exception to play his own space. That's Andre. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying. Trevor, no.
But I think what Tuke was saying is the scoring
versus the pass. Yeah, that's my point. Like just the mentality of some point guards.
But Cade is the clip that you show of how he passes and through the Hardaway is exceptional.
Yeah.
But you did just mention the name. I just want to make sure we're clear that beam is still lit.
Hey, look, Malik Monk.
Told you.
Talking about a poster.
Oh my God. Wait. Before that, Rashad Riley. Before that, Harrison Barnes.
Crazy.
27 in the first half. 33 the whole game, but 27 the first half. Yo, boy.
I don't like him for that team, but if he gonna do that, go on ahead, sir. I can't say nothing against that one, brother. He said, I'm gonna like the beam with him. That's what he said.
But yeah, man, look, hey, I didn't say they were gonna be trash, but Utah, we know Utah ain't gonna be good. Like that was last year was like a In-N-Out burger. It was like, yeah, y'all good, ain't good.
Yeah, not with them Bumblebee jerseys they got.
I'll tell you what, if it was a team that I put in the Detroit category as far as like exciting teams that's gonna lose a lot, the Jazz is gonna be that team for me. Because I actually enjoy watching them play, even though they were losing. They got some exciting players, and then Lord from marketing still know his thing. And Colin Sexton. They got some exciting pieces in the Jazz. They ain't gonna win, but they was at least exciting to watch. And I can't believe I just said that about the Jazz.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch that game, but I did see highlights, and I was just like, oh, okay, 130 points. Y'all picked up from last year, scoring all your damn points.
It's crazy how you can put parlay down and expect to watch certain teams and watching certain teams, you know what I'm saying? It just got you watching certain games and be like, oh damn, they actually not bad to watch.
Right.
That was that Kings game for me. And then of course Malik Monk caught that body. I said, oh sheesh.
It's just funny, man, how everybody else gets contributions from their other players, and then you got the Grizzlies who, you know, and then they
lost. Man, we done talking. Stop it. Give them a break. It's only one game.
Nah, yeah, it's one game. I didn't watch the Blazers or Clippers game, but I did look at the box score, and the Blazers are the Blazers. I box score watched that game, and I not impressed at all. I'm looking at the bench, and I saw like Brogdon had 20, Robert Williams had 10 and 7, and my first thought was where they gonna be traded to, because they ain't trying to win. Portland ain't trying to win. So if you need a bench player, I'm calling Portland like, hey, what's up with Brogdon off the bench? Former Sixth Man of the Year, former Rookie of the Year. What's up with that?
Yes, immediately. Agree.
Why Robert Williams go 5 for 7 and I don't care about go for 2 for 4?
I saw that too, and I was like, this nigga really only had 4 points.
Foul trouble. I see foul.
I don't care about foul trouble. No, you have 4 points. 4.
What did he call himself?
Dominating.
Dominating.
Oh, no way. I know he a grown ass man, but hey man, you 7 feet tall. You give me 4 points. Did he have a block too? Did he have a block at least?
Let me see. I'm winning a bet. Actually, he did. Let me look it up.
Yeah, one block.
He
got 3 steals.
I gave him a block.
Okay, we got 1 block. Okay,
3 steals.
Actually, if you 7 feet tall on my basketball floor,
3 turnovers. So
I need at least 1 block if you're 7 feet tall on the court. I'm sorry. Like, you can't be out there and not deflect a shot. I'm sorry. You can't do that. No. Jared had 5. That's cool with me. 1. Come on, man. You too damn tall to not get a block, man. I'm sorry. I'm getting the coach mode right now.
That's what you're here for.
Right. All right, man. We can wrap it up here. Ladies and gentlemen, I still don't know what's going on with James Harden. What happened? Airport? He went to the airport. He couldn't get to the facility. What is going on with it? What?
I mean, it seems like if you didn't show up for anything, it's almost like a high school player don't come to practice.
Yeah.
But then you want to come to the game. We good. We've been practicing without you, so it's going to be what it is at this point. We're going to win or lose without you. We can talk about it later. Him and Daryl Morey, that whole thing is too toxic. I don't know what they're going to do.
I'm like, are y'all dating? Y'all exes or something? Like, what's going on with them, man?
I think they like it, to be honest with you. I think they genuinely enjoying this moment of just showing pure hate for one another through the media. I think they're enjoying it. They get off on it. You gotta be.
It's crazy.
All right, you gonna do this for me? All right, let me do this. Let me go not go to the airport. Whatever. I don't even know the situation. I honestly don't even care.
It is kind of like Twitter back in the day. They just subtweeting each other the whole time. One of my followers doing X, Y, and Z.
Well, one of my followers.
Trevor said, "Free Joel
One of
Embiid."
my followers.
That's throwback too. One of my followers, bro.
One of my followers.
OOML.
Hashtag
OOML.
The hashtag OMF. Well, you knew what it was.
Free Joel, man.
He's saying Joel to the Knicks.
Embiid
I
to
can't
the
see the
Knicks. I
Sixers
like it.
trading within the conference with like, I mean, not Knicks, but the Sixers. Oh, Philadelphia. Speaking of Philadelphia, I don't know who that staff member was that tweeted at me months ago talking about you're out of your mind. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, my nigga. Dude, you see everything that's going on for the past, since the beginning of the process with Sam Hinkie? You had, who did they draft? Nerlens Noel, trash. Jahlil Okafor, trash. I don't know if Evan Turner, he part of this too, trash. Michael Carter-Williams, trash. All this trash. Toxic environment. Ben Simmons don't want to go to practice. You hired Doc Rivers. You bring in Daryl Morey, who is a known trash GM. James Harden, who is a walking toxic bucket. Like, what? Stop it. I want to call that dude out and say, come on the show, bro. Let me know. What was your experience like with Philadelphia? Because them dudes toxic. All of them.
We got room for him.
and I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So I listen to Philadelphia Eagles podcast, and they love the Eagles. They love Phillies, but they hate the Sixers. They even love the Flyers more than the Sixers right now because y'all know how to run an organization. That's on y'all. I got my soapbox now for I tag him for real.
I say go for it, buddy.
Anyway, man. Any closing thoughts, gentlemen? Who we get up out of here? Who winning right now?
You know who winning.
Milwaukee? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not here by 8. All right. We back next week, ladies and gentlemen. It won't be on Sunday. It might be on Tuesday. We'll see how it goes. I will be on paternity leave at some point, so I'll have all the time in the world, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be able to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to, at least for 6 weeks.
Watch out, world.
Oh man. All right, y'all. So we'll see y'all next week. Stay safe. Be blessed. Peace.